What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to go over top crypto, not sure how many, but top crypto I think you should be looking into for this month before the Bitcoin halving. At the start of this video, Bitcoin looks like it's going to break a new all-time high, and I saw many altcoins take a dip. We're actually discussing this on my Discord. Some good discounts, not sure how long they're going to take. I am waiting to get paid in a couple days, and I'm going to be dumping a lot of money into the market if we see more discounts, which I think we will. However, make sure these are just crypto I'm bullish on for this month based on narratives, niches, catalysts, what I can see take place, price action, discounts. So just make sure you research. Don't just say, okay, I'm going to click off, buy every crypto. Obviously, that's not feasible. That's not smart. You got to be your own investor here, do your own research. And maybe you pick none of these, one of these, two of these, three of these, whatever you think is best for you. Let's kick it off. Number one, Kaspa, which is surprisingly going down while Bitcoin's going up. I guess Kaspa is not yet established as a blue chip yet. Like Ethereum's going up, Bitcoin's going up. I'm assuming a lot of large caps like Cardano's going up too, but Kaspa is still one tier down in terms of establishment. So with that being said, I think if it keeps going down, it's definitely a good buy for this month. 16 cents is obviously not a penny where I first got in, but nonetheless, I've been dollar cost averaging into this crypto. It's fairly launched. Has a great leader behind it, Janssen Sampolinski. There's no allocation. They have 80%, circulating supply, 28.7 billion coin cap. And without getting too much into repeating myself here, I see Kaspa getting to a $2 to $5 price tag by next year, which is a very safe gain from here. And you're not going to see as much dumps. You're going to see some sell-offs, of course, but if you click the chart here, it's been pretty consistently going up. And then every so often it goes down for a little bit because people take profits, and then it goes right back up. It's almost like it wakes up and just goes back up. So definitely a good asset, a good crypto, especially a layer one that is good if you want to be risk averse, but also want to have a lot more multiplier potential in there. I think Kaspa is one of the best when it comes to a risk to reward in this market. Number two, Arcblock, which is forming another good discount. It's at $1.72, it's 186 million coin cap, Web3. Their focus is the DID, decentralized identity, essentially building a web that developers can use, which is called blocklets, which you have to hold their token to build this decentralized web. They're trying to scale blockchains, build blockchains, scale dApps, build dApps. It's very versatile. It's blockchain agnostic. And Robert Mao is focusing on marketing now. They have a finished ecosystem with marketing in the works. I would not be surprised if Binance listed soon. Crypto.com has already started listing it. They put it on their DeFi wallet. It will soon be on that exchange as well. That is probably a big reason why it surged, because now they have finished products, a finished ecosystem, and Robert Mao is starting to become proactive and starting to market this crypto. So I think $1.72, which is 170 million market cap still, is a very good entry, especially when you zoom out to where it can go next year. Next year, I see Arcblock being $50 to $80, which is a 5 to 8 billion market cap. Before you say, how is that feasible? It has similar utility to Polkadot, Cosmos, Chainlink, and ICP. All cryptos that have been multi-billion-dollar market caps. It does what they do, but better in my opinion. You can code on Arcblock in a variety of different programming languages, which these other cryptos are very limited to, only a certain subset. And it has Robert Mao at the helm, which I think Robert Mao is one of the most influential, smartest, and also connected people in this space. Number three, moving on, LCX, priced at 24 cents. LCX went up like a 8x from the bottom of 3 cents. And then has been forming a nice consolidation pattern at this 20-25 cent mark. Monty Mesger is one of the most proactive CEOs in this space. He's always on Twitter, always doing AMAs. He wants to make LCX the exchange, by the way. It's an exchange token. It's called Liechtenstein Exchange. He wants to make them a blockchain bank, which if he does that, you're going to see it at 182 million market cap. You're going to see it at a multi-billion-dollar market cap. Now, I'll be honest, with a 950 million coin cap, I said LCX could be anywhere from $3 to $5 this cycle. It's a 1 billion market cap for each dollar it gets to. If it gets some market share from Binance, which is definitely possible since CZ stepped down, or FTX since they went under, If it gets some of that market share and gets close to where Crow Coin went last cycle, which is a 20 billion market cap, that would be a $20 price tag for LCX, which would be roughly 100x from here. It's crazy to say that, but it's possible. They're in the World Economic Forum. They're catering to institutions and big money. They're working with private banks and private blockchains, and they're tokenizing or trying to tokenize trillions of dollars assets. That is not going to be a 182 million market cap for long. Mark my words. They reached 70 cents last bull cycle, 68 to be exact. They're less than a 3x down. It's a micro cap that is primed for explosive growth. I think LCX, I still say worst case scenario, $3, but now I'm starting to think that's fun. I think 5 to 10 is likely for LCX, and I wouldn't be surprised if it hits $20 or more this cycle. Again, and it's an exchange token working with big players, big connections, big money, and has one of the best CEOs to do it. And I think LCX is definitely worth looking into for this month. Moving on, number 4, Aerodrome. Aerodrome's a recent DEX crypto I covered. It's backed by Coinbase, specifically Coinbase Ventures. Coinbase, to me, would not invest a lot of money into a crypto if they didn't know it was a big move was coming or someone big was going to use it. A DEX, which is a decentralized exchange, is very useful because when you see centralized exchanges go down, like we saw with Coinbase, I think today actually, people will use and migrate to DEXs because DEXs, you can buy cryptos that aren't yet listed on a centralized exchange. They also have reduced fees, which Aerodrome Finance is catering to layer 2s and cryptos that are on the base chain. Base is going to be a layer 2 that will be launched on Coinbase. So Aerodrome is trying to scale the scalers by having a main DEX for Coinbase. If they are the real main DEX for Coinbase, you're not going to see it at 145 million market cap. You're going to see it again at a multi-billion-dollar market cap. Now, Coinbase put a undisclosed amount to Aerodrome Finance. I'm willing to bet it's at least $100 million. It's a brand new crypto, just got launched. The tokenomics aren't the best, but even with that being said, I still think Aerodrome can reach at the very least a 3 billion market cap this cycle. And a 1 billion market cap for Aerodrome, if my math is correct, is around the $4 price tag. I would not be surprised if it hits $5 to $10 easily this cycle. Aerodrome Finance, again, a lot of people don't want to go after a DEX crypto and say, oh, what utility does it have? It's a governance token. You can only vote on it. It's useless. Coinbase backing it definitely matters. It's a highly connected crypto, the who you know, not what you know. And if you're talking about a main DEX for Coinbase, especially layer 2s, when you think about reduced fees, highly scalable, and also for cryptos and tokens that are not yet on a centralized exchange, you have a huge audience that you're catering to. And the fact that it's going to be on Coinbase, that to me is very alluring. So I think of it from a marketing standpoint, a usage standpoint, and a practical standpoint when it comes to who's behind this crypto. So yeah, very bullish. Definitely think you guys should be looking into Aerodrome Finance. Let's move on to another DEX that is Pangolin PNG. It's also a decentralized exchange that is catering to many ecosystems, which is HBAR, Songbird, and Flare. It's also Avalanche's DEX, so it caters to Avalanche, and this is a 44-cent, 92 million market cap crypto. The tokenomics are amazing. There's no one that's holding a large amount of supply ready to dump on you. It's used for liquidity. They have a 230 million coin cap with over 90% circulating, which means what? Reduce inflation and a scarce supply. And if you're wondering why it went up so fast in the past month, that's because the supply and tokenomics are so great. So when it got some volume, it didn't take much to send it soaring. It's very similar to Arcblock in the tokenomics aspect, which is why Arcblock went from like 20, 30 cents overnight to over $1.70. So Pangolin, it's volatile, yes, but it's one I've been loading the boat on recently because, again, HBAR is a very popular crypto. I hold it. Their ecosystem is still in development mode. They're still building. So with that being said, if Pangolin is trying to be here to cater to this ecosystem alongside Songbird and Flare, and also Avalanche, which Avalanche I'm very bullish on as a layer 1 itself. They're trying to be a little more integrated with gaming. I think this gives you the perfect exposure while also being a utility-backed crypto with a DEX. So to me, I think Pangolin is one of the dark horses in this cycle. I really do. I bought it very early at 8 cents. I've been DCing into it. And just like many on this list, when I get paid in a couple of days, this one I'm going to dollar cost average into again. I think the next move up is going to be $1. And when it comes to where I see it this cycle, a $7 price tag is a 1 billion market cap. Again, it's a DEX. If it gets to a 3 to 5 billion market cap, it will be $20 to $40, which is very doable. If you compare it to Uniswap, it went to way above that last cycle. Even PancakeSwap was around that market cap last cycle. DEXs, especially ones that are catering to big ecosystems, which this one is, Avalanche and HBAR are the two really big and also growing ecosystems. I really see no reason why Pangolin can't at the very least break $10 this cycle, which is less than a 1.5 billion market cap. Definitely bullish, and I think you guys should be looking to add this crypto as well to your watch list to also research. Moving on, we got Say, priced at 77 cents. It's a 2 billion market cap. It's got high inflation and a high allocation to the team, but the reason why I like it, especially during this time, is because it can still rip. The circulating supply is still low, and the team cannot sell it, or at least have a chance to sell it, until at least August of this year. So we still have time to make some gains before we see some selling pressure. I do imagine the majority of people are going to overinflate how much selling pressure we see. Just like Solana, for those who remember, in the bear market, everyone kept saying a massive unlock was coming. It was going to go to $5. It never happened. It never happened. Everyone actually bought it and held it. So I'm not saying Say won't have some selling pressure in August or later this year. I'm just saying you're going to see a lot of people come out and say it's going to zero because of everyone selling it. I just think Say is going to actually continue to reach more gains this cycle. It went from the 20-cent range when I first got into over $1, around $1. Now it's dipping down to 77 cents. And naturally, when I see a red discount, I like to buy. And Say is a VC-backed, highly connected crypto. I really think of this as if I'm buying Solana as a brand new crypto. It never had a bull cycle. If you click the year chart, it looks freaking amazing. It's scaling just the way you want it to. It's not going too fast, too slow. And despite the high inflation and poor tokenomics, I think the founders, who one's a former Robinhood software engineer and the other one's a former Goldman Sachs investment banker, I think they're going to market this crypto to a high extent. They've raised millions of dollars in venture capitalists. There's tons of money behind this, tons of big hitters that want to see this grow. They want to see it succeed. And again, marketing does matter in this space. We saw what happened with Solana, a heavily VC-backed centralized crypto, go to $260 last cycle before dumping. Say we're on the right side of this right now. It is still pumping, even though right now it's in a low downtrend, which is awesome to DCA into, but we still have the rips in the bull cycle to take place, especially while Bitcoin is starting to form a new all-time high, which is why I believe this month is definitely worth looking into for Say, especially at this price. Where I see it this bull cycle, I see it getting up to around $20 this cycle, which I know is a very large price tag. A lot of this depends on where the circulating supply ends up this cycle, but I wouldn't be surprised if Say breaks 10 and gets right to $20. I'm very bullish on this crypto. It's one of the fastest blockchains I've ever seen. They even have it on their homepage. They market themselves as being a faster Solana. They want to also scale DEXs, which we have a couple of those on this list. So it has very good utility. It's in a nice narrative, a specific niche for layer ones. And I wouldn't be surprised if this thing scales faster than many think. The last one I'm going to cover on this list is a controversial one now, and that is Quant, QNT, priced at $131. It's a 1.6 billion market cap. I see this crypto getting to $1,000 minimum this cycle and upwards of $2,500. The reason why I have it on this list, especially for this month, is because it hasn't ran up as much as these other cryptos so far, which to me means time. Time to DCA, time to invest. I bought this thing as low as $40 and I bought it as high as $120. I haven't DCA'd into it as of late because I have a pretty damn big bag of Quant. But I like how it's been sideways now for many months, and now it's starting to wake up and turn the on switch. Again, I told you guys, a lot of these cryptos can be suppressed and beat down for a long time, then out of nowhere say, okay, time to have breakfast, and they just go up like crazy. Quant is one of the strongest utility plays in this market. It is more scarce than Bitcoin. It's focused on interoperability, and the competition likes of Polkadot, Cosmos, I just don't see too many giving it a run for its money. Its business model is one of the best. I love Gilbert Verdian. The guy actually has a background in cybersecurity, and they have a very good allocation to the public. Besides over 80% circulating, which means less than 20% inflation, they have over 70% allocated to the public, which means what? A fair, decentralized marketplace. I think Quant is going to surprise a lot of fudders right now who think the token has no utility and it's going to zero. Everyone keeps saying right now that Quant is gone, the team is leaving, Gilbert Verdian's giving up, and here I am looking to buy some more this month. I think Quant's QNT. Is it risky? Of course, every old coin's risky, but given the market cap size of it and the current price for this month, while everything else is riding up and Quant remains somewhat stable in price, I think it's worth looking into and add to your watch list for March. So these are some of my crypto that I think are good crypto to look at, add to your watch list, maybe establish a position in or DCA into for this month. Do you hold any of these crypto? And if so, which one of these on this list are you most bullish on right now? Drop your comment down below and let me know. And by the way, if you want to reach out to me, talk to me, see your crypto on buying, selling, trading, be a part of private live streams where I do Q&As and we discuss a variety of crypto topics. If you want to be part of this support group of like-minded investors who also want to change their lives with massive profits, then I encourage you to join Patreon and Discord. I'll leave a link in the pinned comments down below. It would be awesome to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Really helps so much. That being said, I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.